Have you ever been separated from a good friend or a person in your family? How long were you apart and how did it make you feel? Hello everyone, I'm Kathleen Pelly. Welcome to Journey with Story. It's always very hard to be apart from a good friend or a sister or a brother or anyone you really care about a lot. But sometimes it might happen. If someone moves to a different place or you move to another country and you can no longer be close to that person. Today's story is an old tale from New Zealand about when the world first began and the Sky Father and the Earth Mother had to be separated from one another. Let's hear how that turned out. But before we begin, big thanks to Vanya in India, who turned 9 years old on April the 21st. Happy belated birthday, Vanya. Your mum tells me you're a regular listener and you love how I tell tales so beautifully. Oh, thank you, Vanya's mum, for saying that. I do hope you enjoy this episode, Vanya. Now let's take a journey with the 6 brothers. When the world began, Aranji, the Sky Father, fell in love with Papa, the Earth Mother, and together they had 6 sons. Aranji and Papa's love for each other was so strong that he constantly lay low over the earth to be close to her. But his presence prevented light from reaching the world and stopped their 6 sons from standing upright, so that they had to live crouched in darkness. One day Ranji raised his arm a little, letting a sliver of light shine through. "What's that?" asked the 6 brothers in wonder. "It's only light," replied Ranji, and he lowered his arm and the world grew dark once more. "How beautiful," said Tanya, the eldest brother. "Please let us see it again." But Ranji wouldn't move. The 6 brothers talked among themselves. "If Ranji let us have light, then we could see our earth garden," said Tanya. "And if he moved higher, we would have room to stand up," said his brother too. They pleaded with the Sky Father to raise himself a little, but Ranji stubbornly refused. "My place is close to the Earth Mother," he said. "You must be content with that." However, the 6 brothers could not be content once they'd seen the beautiful light, so they decided to try pushing Ranji up high. Orongo tried first, but although he pushed with all his strength, Ranji didn't move. Then Homia tried, then Tangoria and Tu, but none of them was strong enough to move the Sky Father. Next, it was Tanya's turn. He pushed against Ranji's mighty chest with both hands and raised him slightly from his resting place, allowing a ray of light to slip through. "Push harder," urged his brothers. Tanya used his feet to heave Ranji higher and higher, letting sunlight shine upon the world for the first time. Then there was room for Tanya to stand upright, and when he did, he became a giant and pushed Ranji higher still. At last, Tanya stopped to rest, but Ranji called out to him. "Help me!" he cried. "You've left me on sharp mountain peaks, and they're piercing my sides." Tanya ran swiftly across the land and climbed the mountains. Gently he bandaged the Sky Father's wounds and then lifted him so high that he could never blot out the light again. When Tanya returned to Papa, she was weeping with sorrow at being separated from her beloved Ranji. Tanya comforted her. "Now there is light. We shall make your earth garden beautiful with trees and flowers," he promised. All the brothers agreed to help except one, called Tawhiri, who refused to join in and went to live with Ranji in the sky. Then Tanya made trees and flowers, moths and butterflies, and singing birds for Papa. Rongo and Homia made food plants, and Tangoroa made fishes to fill her oceans, rivers, and lakes. The Earth Mother was grateful for her son's kindness and the beauty of everything they'd made, but still she wept for Ranji. How cold he must be so high in the sky, she sighed. "Don't worry, I shall give him a warm cloak to wear," said Tanya. He made a cloak of glowing red and also a dark cloak for nighttime set with bright stars. He carried them up the highest mountain, and when he reached its peak, Tanya stretched up and handed the cloaks to Ranji. Papa was pleased that Ranji would be warm, but still she worried about him. "I'm afraid that he might fall from such a great height and be hurt." "Oh," she sighed. "Don't be afraid," said Tanya. "I'll make sure the Sky Father cannot fall." And he created soft white clouds to float beneath him. Papa was pleased to see that Ranji was safe high in the sky, but nothing could truly heal the sorrow of their separation. Often at night Ranji's tears fell as dew upon Papa's garden, and she would send soft sighs of mist to remind him of her never-ending love. Meanwhile, the 5 brothers were happy in their earth garden full of light and life. But Tawhiri looked down on them jealously. He made 4 winds and set them in the sky, north, south, east, and west. When they were finished, Tawhiri called them together and stirred them up to make storms and hurricanes. Rain and hail fell from the sky and beat Tanya's beautiful trees to the ground. When Rongo and Homia heard the storm coming, they turned themselves into roots and hid in the ground, where they have stayed ever since. Tangaroa changed into a fish and jumped into the sea, which became his home. But Tu climbed onto high ground where the rainwaters couldn't reach him. He waited until Tawhiri rode up on the dark clouds of the storm, and there he caught him. "Calm your hurricanes, brother," demanded Tu. "Stop the rain. You must return to the Sky Father and leave our Earth Mother in peace." Tawhiri did not want to fight with his powerful brother Tu. So he calmed the storm and promised to live quietly in his sky home with Ranji. Then Tanya made new trees, which became mighty forests, and with his brother's help, the earth garden grew more beautiful than before. Tawhiri still manages to keep his promise most of the time. But now and then he sends the winds to tease his brothers and remind them he is near. And Papa and Ranji's love remains strong, for they are never completely separated, as their outstretched hands always touch each other on the low horizon. Oh, wasn't that nice to hear how Ranji and Papa were able still to touch hands from afar? Remember, if this story has painted any images in your mind, do send us your drawings. You can go to www.journeywithstory.com, click on the Contact Us and download your drawing there, or you can send it on Instagram. Cheerio then, join me next time for Journey with Story. Music and post-production was by Colette Jonas.